Hi, it's Romeo from Dominion Capital Management, and welcome to another episode. We're going to dive right into it. We have a special guest star, Mr. Jason Shintgen, and he is the real estate agent ambassador. Hello, Jason. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks, Romeo.
Can you tell us a little bit about your history, your experience? What qualifies you to be the ambassador?
I've been I was a former real estate agent from 2005 until 2024, 23, sorry.
And can you tell them about your experience as a real estate agent?
Yeah, as a real estate agent, I focused primarily on both single family residents and then also on first time home buyers and then also foreclosure and or shadow market properties.
Fantastic. And can you tell everybody, and especially it's going to be other realtors because that's our target market. Can you tell the realtors or the real estate agents on here what makes you the good fit for Dominion Capital Management to help onboard agents onto our program?
I like to think that I come from my background with real estate. It's going to help real estate agents understand. You felt like they've been understood or that they're talking to somebody that understands what they're either going through in the situation and or with their questions that I can help them with that, with the real estate lingo and or understand where they're coming from.
And now you are an ambassador for our program. Can you explain our program to other real estate agents and why is this opportunity so exciting?
Yeah. What's great about the opportunity here is that we want to talk with every agent with the understanding that we're going to help them with their business, get more closings, and also open up the idea to them of new opportunities. Now, on top of those opportunities, is that we're going to also that we've seen success in multiple different directions. One, double closers where we're guaranteeing as buyers that we're going to buy, and then you have a seller that you're bringing to us, and you're representing the seller, so you get the double close option. And then on top of that, if you're willing and or open to that, you also have the opportunities for passive income with the asset management portion in your area.
Oh, and that's excellent. And once again, as a distressed property fund or motivated seller fund, our goal is to buy as many properties as we can work with agents on. And this is what an exciting program is. So, can you explain to them a little bit about the creative seller financing or the type of deals that we're looking to do with real estate agents for them to maximize their income?
Sure. What we're talking about is either a contract for deed or a land contract in most cases. Otherwise, we're creating, like he was saying, the creative financing where we come in and have some ownership of the property where the seller may still have some rights to the property, but we're going to take over majority of their rights and or interest. And what we do with that is then the agent will help us with the controlling that asset.
Excellent. So, can you tell us a little bit about how our system works and how agents can refer other agents and still create or get an incentive?
Yeah, we're speaking of a referral program. That referral program is that when you go to closings and or you know that you've dealt with a quality agent, refer them in this process. This process allows us to have a good quality agent on the other side too. So you get in contact as a real estate agent, you get in contact with many agents on either a daily and or weekly capacity with either your open houses or showings and or also through closes where you get to a closing, you have a successful agent in most cases on the other side, making that streamlined process simpler. And don't get me wrong, I know that there's sometimes where some of those agents make it complicated. Don't bring those to the table, but you know who I'm talking about, the guys that are good quality that want to see both sides get to the closing table.
That's excellent. And how do you plan to reach out and what is the goal that you have as the real estate ambassador? What type of reach or what type of capacity of agents are you looking to bring in on this program to be able to help them maximize their income?
Great question. What our focus is to speak with every agent, and that's not just in one state, and that's throughout the nation. And with the idea that we're going to focus on onboarding them to a process in which if they find a client and or that with our AI that we actually have opportunities where we can send them or they can actually look on the information, look for the data to find where properties are in their area that are either going through seller financing or foreclosed properties. With that in mind, then they can contact us about the funding and or the contracts on that process. And then also how we're going to be able to uh, caveat and or support their process and getting to the closing table, and then talk about the opportunity of them being able to service the property after closing.
Excellent. So that means there's a way to make money before and after with us and continually to make money month after month, which is great for the agent because it gives them multiple streams of income. Now, can you also tell me when you're thinking about it, how are you going to have the training and support for the agents? Like, what is on the top of your mind to help them transition into this type of real estate or looking for the type of sellers that, as a buyer, we're looking for?
Yeah, our goal here is to do daily content to support and do support the real estate agents so that they when they're looking for information that we have it available to them either through a library and or through some kind of academy or university kind of style. So with that mindset, we want to make sure that they're educated to be able to bring the property from A to Z, and the Z is the closing. Now, on top of that, with the daily content, we're also going to be offering Q&A opportunities where they're having questions with scenario that we can actually provide them with real-time information.
And you yourself have done some type of creative real estate deal. Can you tell us maybe some of the success that you've had in doing creative real estate deal with the subject to method or the land contract or contract for deed method, you said?
Yeah, the contract for deed and land contract is really based on the region and where you're at in the nation. So where I'm at is the contract for deed is where it's a seller financing tool, and that's seller financing. So in my particular, to make a long story short, is I had a client that was technically underwater on the property. So what he wanted to do is we foresaw that the property was going to increase in value and that he could handle a balloon on that property, which was a 4-year balloon. The buyer came in, did a contract for deed with him, and he was able to move out of the property and still maintain that loan. And the buyer came in, achieved the equitable interest in that property. And when it came down to closing, every party was satisfied with the outcome because the buyer or the seller at the time wanted to move on, didn't want the property, but he couldn't keep the property and or didn't have any value. He had to bring 10,000 to closing. And then the buyer in this situation was an investor or saw the investment opportunity with the property and put it under contract, rented it out. And when it came down to closing or not closing, but a satisfaction of the balloon, everybody was happy. Everybody went parted ways, and everything happened exactly how it was based on the contract that occurred 4 years prior.
In your opinion, how would you say that our program is going to be able to impact the real estate market?
I see with realtors that this is going to create an opportunity where they could go from if they're doing anywhere between 0 to 1 deals a month, that they could be seeing anywhere between an additional 1 to 4 a month. And then the sky's the limit for them. So this is the opportunity. How many realtors, if I would have known if I would have had a fund like this that was at my disposal when I was an agent at the time, I would have been doing probably about 4 to 8 deals a month under this kind of process. Now that the market is changing and shifting in this particular situation, which it always is, right? What this is going to create for realtors is that you're going to have a buyer in your pocket.
That's excellent. I like the way you've termed it, and that's what DCMI is, or Dominion Capital Management. We are the buyer. We are the go-to buyer for the agents. So you can go out there and learn how to source off-market, expired listings, seller finance, and motivated seller deals. Like you said, if you had something like this in your time, just think of how many deals you could have done. And you're thinking you could have done 4 to 8 deals a month, which puts you at anywhere between 48 to 100, almost 100 real estate deals a year. Do you really think you could have done 48 to 100 real estate deals a year based on how our platform is built?
With systems, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And so, what is your recommendation for any realtor out there who is interested in getting involved in our program? What would you say to each one out there, and what wise words would you close with?
Oh boy, that's fantastic. What I would give to every agent out there as far as a piece of advice, if you're closing currently 100 deals or if you're closing none a year, the, the goal here is that one, you're satisfying your client's needs, and the other one is that you're collecting and satisfying your family needs. And I think we're winning on both those spectrums as far as what's necessary for both your life and and also building your database. So that's what we offer in the simplest of terms. The other part of that is that I think we're gonna add something new to your business as far as the business model, that we're gonna be prepared to buy your properties fast. So if you do have a situation where you have a seller that can't close because the buyer can't perform, that that might be another new opportunity that's available to you as well through us. So we could do a lot of things with our model.
And if you are going to be able to talking to the agents, they can expect to see you, or we're going to have your counterpart. We have, for those agents who speak primarily Spanish, we'll have another Latin or Hispanic ambassador that will be able to help you out also. So stay tuned for that. And thank you, Jason. I appreciate your time for you spending it and being a part of Dominion Capital Management. And for everyone out there, thank you for watching our next episode and our last episode and this episode of Dominion Capital Management, finding out how you can get involved in distressed property real estate with us. Thanks and have a great day.
Thank you.